Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Patrick Reagan after his great finish at the 2016 Ultravasan. How are you?
Great. Good to see you, Brian.
You had a great run out there, and you were in the thick of it all day.
Yeah, pretty much all day long. I mean, right in the thick of things. At some points that I didn't really plan to be in the thick of things.
Yeah, like from the start?
Yeah.
Well, there was a big group going out, and then once it got to single track,
you
decided to throw down, right?
I didn't really expect to be in the lead come Sprint Priest when I saw you, and kind of, but yeah, I really got in the thick of things. I carried a handheld, so I skipped the first bottle check and ended up in the lead on the single track, which I really didn't expect to be or want to be necessarily. So,
but you must have handled it pretty well.
Yeah, for some reason it just kind of clicked yesterday. I mean, you know very well I don't run on trails too much, but
I think you run on trails more than some of the guys who were behind you there.
Yeah, I guess so. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And coming toward mid-race, or a little after, I was going toward mid-race, or the second Bergpris. You and Arnaud, you were running with yourself, Elof Olsen, and Fridtjof Fagerlund.
Yes.
And then Arnaud Perignon came up on you, and you two sort of pulled ahead again.
A little,
yeah.
And then he hit the gas, and it was a place I really wasn't comfortable going that early in such a long event for me personally.
Yeah.
And I backed off a little around 42K, and he really hit the gas through the second Sprint Priest. And,
Yeah. And then did the field reconsolidate at all, or was it sort of chaos after that second Sprint Priest?
So right after the second Sprint Priest, I probably spent about 3 minutes at the drop bag and aid station, and my feet were soaked, and I changed socks, got a ton of electrolyte tabs, got about 8 more gels, and got my first container of Roctane. So there I spent a lot more time than I wanted to, but it was worth it in the long term.
Do you think so? I mean, would you do that again, like next time? I mean, because it's not 3 minutes in a slow trail 100. It's 3 minutes in a race where that's half a percent of your total time.
Where 7 minutes separates first and me, so. Yeah. To do it over again, I mean, I don't necessarily think I would have been much closer to Jarle, but maybe it meant the difference between, second and third. But to me, it was worth it. My feet were beginning to feel a little masticated from being so soaked.
Yeah.
So I think I saved time later due to how much downhill there was, and it was worth it. I got a little break and got to compose myself. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. And then so I guess Jarle was ahead of you, and who else was ahead at that time?
I think 7 guys were ahead by the time I changed my socks.
So you're back to you're chasing people now.
Yeah, now I'm in the chase, and the first guy I pulled up on was Steve Way, and me and Steve chased a few guys down on some downhill faster sections on the dirt roads, and that was where the race really started to turn in my direction, just from an energy store perspective. Like I felt like the aid station was a big physical boost for me. I just got to kind of have a halfway point and compose myself and really focus on using my road skills to tear up the second half.
Yeah, do you think that going from, sort of being in the pressure of you actually went into the lead after the Sprint Priest? Because Arnaud, I mean, like in the aid station, like he pulled over and was getting like help with bottles and stuff, and I think you like passed him and then you stopped.
Right.
So you go from that to being in 7th and like chasing people, like
sure,
and actually catching them. Like, did it feel good mentally to sort of making up ground?
It definitely felt good to not be pushing it and in the lead. I was starting to feel a lot of pressure from being in the front the whole way. It's just the style of racing I'm not so much used to from this year.
Yeah,
being on a big road stage where I was never in the lead in any races I was in.
Gotcha.
Whether it was the half marathon I ran in January, or Olympic trials in the marathon, or USA's, I was never within 30 seconds of Jeff after the first 5K. So the whole year I've been really chasing and running conservative races in the front half. So I kind of got back into my comfort zone a little bit at the drop bag portion.
And did everything go well the second half?
Yeah. I felt very solid all the way through when I saw you at 9K to go, which was the final aid. And at that juncture, I really just kind of started running 6:45 to 7 minute miles, and I knew how far ahead second and first were, but I just didn't have the gas to chase it anymore. I mean, I didn't necessarily run out of steam because I got here and felt really comfortable and
So you were running strong, but sort of semi-conservative. Maybe you weren't just going to throw it out there.
Yeah, I didn't know what would happen in the last 20 minutes based on how I was feeling if I started to ratchet down and start to run maybe 6:15s or 6:20s again. And I didn't want to risk it. I felt like I was putting together a good day. I came here just hoping to have a good experience on trail and be top 10. So, the podium was great. And it was more about the race, just getting to come spend time with my teammates for 100K this year and hang out in a beautiful new country was really what the race was all about. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's also only your third ultra, right?
Yes. Yeah, my third ultra. So.
Yeah. Was your 50K first? Was it Buffalo Run?
Yeah, so last summer I was just doing a lot of longer stuff. I trained up in the mountains in Black Mountain, North Carolina a few times with Morgan Elliott, my buddy that lives there, that won Power 4 a couple weekends ago, and just starting to enjoy the trail. And ran a trail half last summer for fun. Ran Buffalo 50K, solo.
And what drew you then to run the 100K Mad City USATF champs?
So I was entered for Way Too Cool, and I was entered for Ice Age. But in January, my friend in Jacksonville put together a great field as kind of a last chance push to qualify for Olympic trials, and I kind of surprise qualified. Like I expected to maybe run 1:05:30 and PR, but I PR'd by like a minute 50 in the half marathon. So hit the trials qualifier and backed out on Way Too Cool so that I could experience trials because I wasn't sure if I would take another shot at doing road again, given that I was getting interested in longer stuff. So that being said, that's when I decided to run Mad City, and I originally planned to do the 50K, and about I think 3 weeks before decided I'm going to do the 100 as I had a few really good back-to-back long run weekends and was feeling excellent. I think I ran by myself like 4:20 for 40 miles on the road in Savannah, and everything was spot on. I was feeling really comfortable running around 4 to 5 hours on the flats. So I said, well, let's just try 100K on the road.
And it turned out all right. 6:35 for, is that what it was for your 100K debut?
6:35 50s, 56 or something. So yeah.
Nice. And then you come here and another solid run.
Yeah.
So what's up next?
So this year, I mean, I don't race too much ultras. I just plan to do 3 a year maybe. So I have, hopefully, if I'm selected for the USA team for 100K. So I plan to go to IAUs in late November in Los Alcázares.
And does that look likely based on Mad City and is this supporting it, I guess?
Yeah, currently I think I'm second on the provisional list. So it looks likely. I think Jeff, I'm sitting second, and then Joe Binder from being top 15.
Okay.
Matt Flaherty, Zach Bitter, and maybe Shikaro and me.
So solid team.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a great team. I hope to be a part of it. So
awesome. So backing up a little bit, what's your running history before last summer?
So after university, I took about 2.5 years off.
But did you run in high school and college, or?
Yeah, I ran in high school. I did mainly the mile and some cross country, some 2 mile in high school. University, I originally went to a Division II school in West Virginia and transferred to Slippery Rock, University of PA, where I ran competitive cross country for 3 years. Yeah. And I had a fairly good career there. And after college, I took a few years off, not running at all.
Really?
So, about 2.5 years of pursuing other adventures and other things, and eventually got back into the sport. So that was 2015 is really when I got a little bit more serious about training consistently again. So
that's a pretty quick ramp up. Obviously, you have a very long background, but
I mean, I did a half in I think 2013, and like I rode 10K in 2014. I think I only raced once those 2 years, or once a year those 2 years, and then 2015 in the winter, winter meaning January, I got a little more serious again and did my debut full marathon in March 2015. So
So you got 100K hopefully in November.
Yes.
And then anything
I'm gonna run for Nedbank, Team Nedbank. So I'm gonna do comrades. Yeah, I'm gonna do comrades. I doubt I'll do anything. I mean, we'll see. Right now, I'm entered for Black Canyon 100K. If I recover really well from Worlds in the 100, then I'd like to get out and experience the desert. I think it'd be beautiful to go to Arizona and just race in a new area, a new climate.
Cool. Well, congratulations on your run this weekend, and
thanks.
Best of luck.
Appreciate it.
And a bonus question.
Sure.
I take it that you like beer. From the fact that you like beer.
We've been enjoying together, yeah.
No, but what's been your favorite while you've been here in Sweden?
Ooh, Zeitgeist. Zeitgeist.
Brewdog?
Brewdog.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
Very smooth finishing black porter. Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
All right.
Yeah.